Good evening, everyone. Let's immediately turn the music down a little bit, although I still like the music. There, that should do it. Good evening. How are you all doing? We're really into the pre-stream today. 9 o'clock over here. So, who was first? It's not allowing me to scroll up. Who was first? Oh, it's Dutch Maker says hello, hello. And then Nigel Tech 49. Hi all, look like new tools for new projects. Well, you know, sometimes it's good to upgrade your tools. And Nix88 is here, and Jade Anderson, and Draadstaal. And Boss ZT says, good evening, everybody, from Germany. Oh. And Draadstaal is unsupervised, so I don't know what that means, but... And Umkavala is here. Nice. Well, good evening, everyone. This is going to be a fun stream, at least for me, because I get to unpack new goodies. I always like unpacking new goodies. Jaguar ENX is here, and Old School Studio, but then he retracted his message. Okay. Quinboxed Live. Well, not really. Not really. It's a very specific one. Although I think we're going to do a Quinbox next week, because my package table is overflowing. So, hello, hello, says Dutch Maker again. Open Loan also retracted his message. What is going on? What are you saying that you then don't want to say? Oh, there it is. Hey, Opalone. Hey there, Quindor. Hey there. Let's just wait a little bit for people to arrive. Hi everyone from rainy London. Oh, it's rainy. It's not raining over here. It's cold, but the heat pump got fixed today. We spent 1.5 months with a broken heat pump during the coldest days of the year. That was very unfortunate for the bank account, because we had to resort to electrical heating basically, and well, that's about 50 euros a day, so that was expensive. But it's working again, so happy about that. Not enough pink LED Johnny to come over here. Where's that CEO? I don't know. He still has like 10 minutes before the official starts, so, you know. So, who here got a Dignex 2? Somebody said it just arrived. I have one here. I have several on my desk. The Dignex 2 launched last week, and from what I could tell, it was very well received. I was very happy about that. And we ran out of stock pretty quickly in US, Canada, and the Netherlands. But new stock is on the way to all those locations. It isn't much, but it is what we could spare, like from the China location, which is now also almost sold out. And then the new batch, it might take a while, because Chinese New Year is coming, and then all production halts in China. So if they can't finish it before then, well, it'll be after then. So that'll be like 1.5, 2 months before I have new stock again. So yeah. You got 3 and you already need more Dignex 2? What are you doing with it, Philip? Philip got order 00000000001. He was the first. You're very curious how many products I've produced, sold. Well, since this is a first batch, we always err on the side of caution that if there is still a problem with the production version of the PCB, we can fix that. So we limit a first edition batch to 500. Other batches can be larger, like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. But then we have already made the product and we know everything's fine. We don't need to do any adjustments or bodges. Because if we have to make a PCB bodge, like to fix something that still wasn't right, doing it for 500 or for 1,500 is a very different ordeal. Didn't they just have Chinese New Year about 12 months ago? Yes, that's how New Year works, Medved. Does that answer your question, Jade Anderson? No. It's been plenty beta tested, but the prototypes I make and the production batch is still... It's basically the same thing, but with a different fab. So you never know how that turns out, if maybe an error still snuck in, or they do something differently, or one of the components behaves slightly differently than on the prototypes. So I make a production batch, then I fully test everything again myself to make sure it's 100% in order, and then I release it to the public. And yeah, so yeah, there's been multiple actually. There wasn't a problem on one of the I can't remember if it was the AN Penta Plus or the AN Penta Deca. There was a problem where they had to do a manual budge because of a solder area creepage issue. Hard to explain. Anyway, they had to grind a little bit of the copper away on the PCB and make a bridge there. And on the power boards, indeed, they had a diode in reverse. So that was a problem. Yeah, so sometimes problems sneak up on you during a production batch. So that's why I make the production batch, test it myself first, and then release it. Yeah, the temp sensor is still a problem. I really should release that project again. But I'm still sour for making like 500 of these, and none of them work. And I don't believe it's the PCB. I believe it's the production procedure itself. But yeah, that sucks. Hey there, Slizord. Silord. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, so there have been issues sometimes. Generally, we do pretty good, but you know, something can always happen. Is my camera a bit dark? Let me give it a try. Hold on. No, it was okay. Philip says, let's just say it's very expensive to get a product to release, and then you can only hope to get some money back in the end. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like the Dignex 2, I spent at least $1,500 in prototypes, testing boards, and all kinds of stuff related to that. And you know, getting this case developed costs money, but the mold for the case, so you still don't have any cases at that moment. The molds alone were $10,000. So let's say I'm in $12,500 to $15,000 in development. Yeah, before I make that back, I need to sell thousands. And then in theory it starts to make profit. You know. Any chance of diff power being available in the NL store by early July? We'll be passing by then. Maybe. It is something on my to-do list. There is currently 2 prototypes that are in the mail and 1 prototype that is being soldered for me. And one of those is diff power. So once you have the mold, how much is production cost of 1 mold? What? Oh, 1 case. I think it's about $1.50, $2 for the case with all the sides and the light pipes and things like that. Yeah. I needed two or 3 molds. I don't remember. Yeah, I needed 1 mold, I believe, for the light pipes, and then a mold for the top, a mold for the bottom, and a mold for the mounting add-on. So this guy, this also, this is also injection molded. So, yeah, it gets expensive quickly. And it's like for the Dig Uno or Dig to Go, I think it was about 6K for the mold, but that's a lot smaller, right? Less parts. So yeah. Nico Ball is here. Hey there. Well, actually, Snail Boy, there was a miscommunication. This sometimes happens. So we have thousands of the case made because each production run also costs money. So we make a few thousand to start with. And sadly, this shouldn't have happened. They're also all printed already. So that little mistake that's on there, let me try and show you. That's on a lot of them. It's right over here. This over there. 5 minus A minus 1 should be 5A minus 1, but it's not. Yeah. So yeah, that things go wrong. I will not. Will I design other products that fit the existing mold? Well, I'm kind of a weird guy because I like making things very specific for the product. So this is specifically designed around and the PCB to be this product basically. So I don't think I'll be doing anything with the same mold, because then I would compromise either on the next product that had to fit into this envelope, or yeah. And I mean, things like this hump here, it's there because I wanted to have a really large input terminal, right? So I wanted to have this giant input terminal, but then it wouldn't fit in the case because this is the top. This is the top of the terminal, right? So it doesn't fit down here. So that's why this hump is here, etc., etc. So no, I don't think I'll make other products using this mold. I just like making the products as best as they can be, and then I'd rather spend a bit more than compromise by going with something generic. Although the analog boards, do I have one here? Yeah, the analog boards, I decided to use these metal frame, metal extrusion, which also turned out very nice, but it's a different kind of product, I guess. And then you're paying more per case instead of for the mold. So it depends on how many of the product I expect to sell. What are the options? If I know I'm going to sell thousands, I can do all the custom molding and stuff like that. But if I think I might sell 1,000 or 2,000 in 5 years, I don't know, that expense can't really be met. So then I have to use something different, like a metal case, which then costs more per unit. It's all variables, like, yeah. Oh, hey there, Nibblerik. Welcome. The microphone pins are not aligned. What? What microphone pins? You mean the microphone hole? You mean this guy? Oh, the text. It looks pretty aligned to me. Oh, wait, you mean on the back? No, that is, no, that is as it should be. Let me show you. So I wanted to highlight that it, oh, hold on. I wanted to highlight that it's an I2S PDM microphone, and then we have SD and WS. That looks good. No, there's 2 pins, that's the thing. It's an I2S PDM and then 2 pins. It's the older lens again. That's right, Dutch Taurus. Yeah, no worries, Philip. One thing that isn't on here is the QEXP or QEXT. I guess we're dubbing it QEXP now because that's now what it's called. Because I couldn't really fit it into the layout nicely. So for those, you have to look it up on the website. But you had to kind of anyway because there's lots of colors in the connector. And I can't really print colors on the case. Well, I can, but that's like really expensive. So for this guy, you have to visit the... Did I do it wrong? Yes. No, didn't. Okay, it's a tight fit. So for this guy, you have to visit the website, and then you can find which color corresponds to which GPIO or power, etc., etc. So I didn't really want to put that on the back, so I left that off. Nice, Rob. Controles from Hemelbord. Oh, it's IPEX 3. There's another name for it, but I don't remember. Yeah. Let me see if I have one here. No. Yeah, I think the NL shop for like a first launch did pretty good. They're a big shop. They've been in service for years, but still, you know, it's always an adjustment doing new stuff. Oh, wait a minute. We're well past the show start time, so we need to start, or I want to start, because I get to unpack new goodies, which is always good. Well, I hope. I've never used anything from this brand before, and then I decided, you know what? Let's just order 3 of their equipments, devices, and see how they do. So, if it's a shit brand, well, we're gonna find out. So, I think I'll go in order of the thumbnail, and we'll start with the normal soldering station, although I am most interested in the hot tweezers. Oh, that's gonna make my life so much easier, I hope. We'll see. So, here we have an Aifen 2026, the A9 ED. You'll have to replace your Aifen. Well, the Aixen's kind of the same as this. This is a bit cheaper. And it has an integrated stand where the Aifen has an external stand, which I might like better, but we'll see. I kind of also wanted to test this, like, if people want an entry-level soldering station, which is decent, I'm hoping this is it, because you can get this for about $100. And I got the newest version, so that's good. Just a note, this is not sponsored. I ordered all of these things with my own money. I didn't talk to them. I didn't write them. I'm pretty sure if I would have wrote them, they would have sent it all out. But I'm like, I make money. I can pay for this stuff myself. And then I don't have to bother when I want to release something or have to make a video about it or be positive or whatever. So, all paid for with my own money. And, well, we'll see. Literally unboxed the T3A set. Well, so we have a little booklet. Oh. Yeah, okay. No matter what the reason is, once there is a problem with the product, there is no need to contact the seller, but you can directly contact the manufacturer. Oh, WeChat. I've got WeChat for when I'm in China. Okay, so they do their own support. That's cool. Cool. Okay. Oh, yes. This is the soldering station knowledge you must to know. Yes. Tin layer. Okay, dear users. The new soldering iron tip, blah, blah. Okay. Qualified certificate. It's not a quality certificate. It is this certificate is qualified to be a certificate. Okay. Yes. Good. Made in China. Yes. Okay. Well, during the warranty period, it is valid for 12 months from the purchase. It is a product quality problem. With this card and receipt, our company is responsible for repairs. Okay. No, they're very serious about... Thank you. They're very serious about making you feel like you have warranty and don't worry about it and it'll all be alright. Oh, you got an A9 Pro and you love it. Okay, well, I got the cheaper one because I didn't need the buttons on the handle and I wanted to find one that is fairly cheap if people are looking for a soldering station, because if I recommend anything, I like to test it myself. So we have our handle. I went for the C245, which is a bit of the middle ground, but I have a lot of C245 tips. I went on a bit of a buying spree of C245 tips, so I've got lots of tips for that. Okay, so we've got a handle and a power cord. Okay, looks properly earthed, and then the station itself. And that's it. I think that's all. That's all in the box. Let's see. Yeah, empty box. Okay. Okay, let's put this to the side somewhere over there. So let's unpack the handle. No, I don't want to do a drop test. Oh, more tips. Nice. Oh, I guess we'll try with these. Okay. It's like a deep bow in the box. Oh yeah. The notes, yeah. That's good. At least they stand by their product, right? So that's always a good sign. It's not like some nameless thing that you never hear from them again. Mods can't start polls. Yeah, I don't know if I can give you that power. Is it a bit dark? Maybe. Nope. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. Okay, we've got a little sponge here. And then, okay, this is nice and metal for the soldering iron tip. Oh, this doesn't adjust an angle? No, it's screwed down there. Okay. Okay, we've got some brass wool, or yeah, let's check it with a magnet, because I had some others and those were bad. Those were steel wool. So let's check if this is what it should be. Yeah, so this is a magnet and there is no pull here whatsoever. So if it was steel wool, the bad stuff, it would have been magnetically attracted, but this is brass, which it should be, so that's good. Yeah, we've got one of those sponges. I generally just use the brass. How does this work? Oh, okay. You can just pull it out. Okay. Storage. Okay. Let's remove the sticker. I read online like people saying, "Oh, my screen doesn't work," and then they didn't remove the sticker. Okay, let's see. On the back we have a input for the handle. I guess we should do that. I don't like the Velcro near where I'm using it. There. Okay, max power 180 watts, 100 to 240 volts. LED-free soldering station. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no, my serial number. 202512. Okay. So this... Okay, it does lock. It does have a little lock here, so that's nice. The metal plate above the screen. Oh, this is to change the tips. Okay, we have an IEC socket here. It doesn't have a fuse. Well, maybe it has an internal fuse, but the socket doesn't have a fuse. There. Let's see if we can get this somewhat cable managed. I want this to be above. Yeah. Okay, this feels like nice silicone-y rubbery. So that's good. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's trying to press my keyboard. I guess we should measure earth. So let me start the multimeter. The iron looks pretty hench, but nothing about the design of the station inspires a lot of confidence. Why not? It looks fine to me. What are your complaints so far, Jade? So let's go for continuity. So I'm not going to do the overlay right now. I'm just going to test it. Not sure you can hear the beep. I'll silence the music. There. So let's see. We have Earth here. In theory, let's see. This is Earth. I'm not sure where it should be Earth though. Maybe I need to insert a tip. Let's see. Which tip are we going to use? We'll use this big boy. This knife tip. So let's insert that. Okay, we have a 0.2 ohm. Okay, I need to make a proper connection. Yeah, 0.2 ohm connection to earth from the tip. So the tip is earth. That's good. No. Those bulky wellers are really slow and old. I wouldn't want to use those anymore. Yeah, no. That's a very different type of iron which cannot output the power this kind of stuff can. Okay. I believe this is a little handle you can screw on the side to work with the cable. So let me undo this. And yeah, I mean, it's plastic, and it's not, well, it's you know, it's not light, but it's also not heavy. Wow, okay. So this has teeth, like the other side has too, so I think that needs to go here so it doesn't move. And this should help with cable management. The body is made. Oh, okay. Let's change it a little bit upwards. The body is plastic for sure. But Aifen is a sub-brand of Sugon, and I've had Sugon equipment before. My current hot air station is a Sugon, and I kind of like it. So, yeah. Okay. So let's see how this works. I guess we clip it like this. Okay. And then, yeah, okay. I don't know. We'll see. So as I said, currently my station has a remote dock, which this of course doesn't. I also can't hook it up. Okay. Okay, well, the tip will be housed in here. It doesn't have a bottom, so maybe something could drip on your table, but you know. Okay. Let's plug it in. Should we put on the glasses? Let's put on the glasses. Where did I put the glasses? Here. You never know. You never know. Wait, can I extend these? No. Stream ends in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Can the cable clip be mounted on the left? No. There is no point for that over here. No. Nope. Nope, sorry. Yeah, that's true. It is meant to be on your desk while you're soldering. So that is maybe a downside. Yeah. It wasn't meant to be a upgrade for the T3A, but I think performance will be on par. And how I use it, I don't know. So let's power it on. Nothing happens, but we have a power switch. Oh. Okay. The screen is an upgrade, that's for sure. Okay, 300. Oh, you can change it while it's in rest. That's nice. Okay. Display mode, curve. Standard, curve. Okay. English, sound on. There's no... Okay, you can't change the volume, it seems. Temperature, sleep temperature. Well, I like it to sleep at like 100. Handle functional, temp. Off. Memory, temp. Okay. Oh, but I don't have handle buttons on this one. You can get another one that has handle buttons. Forced sleep. I don't know what that means. Key doubling speed. No idea what that means. Brightness. Okay. Return to home. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, immediately smokes. That's normal. It's just burning off a bit of tin. Oh, look at the graph. Whoa. See, I'm a sucker for like interfaces and graphs. Okay. Oh, it beeps when it... Okay, it beeps when you put it back. Okay. So let's go to 380. Nice. Okay, I like the audio feedback because I don't generally look at the station, although I buy it for the graphs. It's stupid, I know. But you know, yeah, sure. Okay, so far so good. Let's do some soldering. So my keyboard's over there. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, you do need to take into account that indeed these stick out in the back, so you'll need a bit more space than you might think. Okay, let's keep it over here. And to solder, who remembers these boards? The Queen LED Intermit.Tech fuse blower board, trademark version 1 revision 1. Well, we never made other revisions, but that was when we were testing these tiny little fuses, and currently they're replacing a lot of the big fuses in our products because these are at least rated for like 125 volt, but at least like for 48 volt, which is becoming more of a thing, at least in the controllers. But I still have some PCBs. And thus, I thought, let's take a few of these connectors and solder them on there, because especially like this ground here, that is basically the whole board, and it's 4 layers of 1 OZ copper. That's a pretty hard job to solder, right? So I thought, okay. Watts drawn. Oh, currently in standby, it's 1.27. I have ordered another Wi-Fi energy meter that I'm hoping I can integrate with an overlay, blah blah blah, in the future. But it's not here yet, so we don't have that. Let's see if I pull this out. Let's see, power draw. Wow, 189, 191, and then it settles down to 20, 18, 15. 11. Okay, so it actually draws like the 180. It's 180. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, wow, it really draws the power there. Okay, nice. So I guess the tip included also must be good, because I guess it can dump the power in that. No problem, Greg. No problem. Family's important. Okay. Let's use the microscope. I think that's going to be the best view. Let's see. Microscopy. How am I going to do this? Let's see. Can I just cut this off? No, wrong. Is it control? No. One moment, please. Nope. What do you mean? Oh, wait, my keyboard's probably sleeping. Ah, wrong one. So I want this full screen. And then I want there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's zoomed out. Oh, but now it doesn't focus on here. Okay. Focus on there, please. Set. Yeah, okay. That in theory should do it. I didn't turn the music back on. There. Okay, let me get some solder wire. We're still using the mechanic stuff we got earlier, and I'm just gonna populate this with some screw terminals. Which ones are we gonna do? I guess we should do two sides, right? So this is a ground one. Let me show it over here. This is a ground one, and then this is from these lanes over here, so that's a bit easier. Okay, so let me do that. Give you guys a good view. There, is that sharp? I think so. Okay, maybe a bit less of this. No, less. Okay. It is forcing me to do it with the right hand. Well, not forcing me. I could put it on the other side. I don't know if I'm normally left or right. I'm kind of both. So it's a bit hard to say. If you insert a new one, I don't know. I can try that later. Currently it's 1.2 watts idle while it's sleeping. So let me take it out. 191, 90, 80, 180, 50. Oh, yeah, it really draws like the 100 something. So that's nice. Okay, so it heats up pretty quickly. We're at 380. That should be good. I didn't use any fume extracting. Where's my solder going? I'm not used to using knife tips. Oh, I did the hardest one to start, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not used to using knife tips, so I need to get used to that a little bit. Yeah, I need to get the fume extractor. I actually ordered a new one you set like besides your desk, but it's gonna be a little bit before that arrives. Let's see if I can melt this again. Add some solder. That's pretty easy. Cool. I mean, that's a pretty good joint. Little bit too much solder, but you know. Let's see if it actually made it up there. Not yet. A little bit maybe. Okay. Oh, wait. Should we try another tip? Maybe we try another tip. Because I got some of these. Wait, how do I show you this? Maybe here. Gibbon, that's a different brand of manufacturers. They also make soldering irons, but I like these better. And they have this giant mega tip. Maybe we should give that a try. And then we can also like test the tip swapping. Okay, let's try that. So to swap the tip, in theory, we can just put it here and then pull on it. Oh, now it says no tools and it's beeping. So let me insert it and see what happens. Oh, it immediately starts heating. Okay. So, yeah, that's something to take into account. If you insert the tip, it starts heating it. Okay. Let's give this giant tip a try. It's really massive. Yeah, easy. Oh, it seems to be using a lot more power. Oh. Wait, actual temp 100? No. Okay. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so that made an even better joint because there was just more power. Okay, let me get my fume extractor, the one I have, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. And then we'll continue this. It's only idling at 1 watt. That's insane. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's a setting. Maybe it's a setting. I don't know. Let's see. Sound, sleep. Handle function. Temp. Off. Memory. I'm not sure. Forced sleep. Allowed. Key lock. I don't know. Yeah, not that I can see. Not that I can see. Okay, let's switch to the other one, and I believe this is like full ground plane. So that's going to be interesting. No problem at all. Yeah, that's a nice joint. So let's try the other one. This fume extractor is doing exactly nothing. Okay. So the wattage only goes to 100 on the scale, but it's 180 watts. So I'm not sure. Oh, it's percentage. Okay. Oh, wow. So, oh, this is a microscope. So if I do this, it seems to go like to 80%, but then on the socket it's only drawing 30 to 40 watts. So, not sure what that means. Yeah, but it seems to have no problem handling big joints. Is the board warm? Yep. Oh, I got solder on the stand. I never had that before. Have I? No. Interesting. There's solder over here. Not sure I've ever had that before. It can rub it off pretty easily. But like from using the T3A for like years, I don't think I've ever had that. Okay, so yeah, those look pretty good to me. Okay. Shall we try and do one of these SMDs? Can you store the tips to the right of the metal plate? Yes, let's set this is cooled down now, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's try and get that out. And I believe you can store them here. Yeah. There. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I've had this microscope for a while. I've been meaning to do a video about it, but I haven't. But I like the quality of it. Okay, let's do another one. I don't know. Maybe with a less exaggerated tip. Of course, I bought those tips because they're nice and beefy. Okay, this is something like you'd solder with more often. Right, so this is a bit less beefy. Let's see how that does. You could also use that for pin headers and things like that. So let's try and get this off. Okay, that was pretty easy. What I probably will do is just insert it slightly and then push it in like that. And that should do it. Oh, it's nice and smoky. Okay. We'll do the... I don't know, we'll do this one. There. Maybe a little bit less of this. Yeah. Okay, let's give that a try. Yeah, it's definitely drawing less power. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we're drawing about 23, 24 watts now. Okay. It's a bit more of a bulge. This one's okay. This one, I don't know, could use more power. Yeah, this is leaded solder. Yeah. So it could be that it needs more power. Let's try that other tip again, see if it does better. Okay, swapping tips works well, so that's good. 192 watts. So this tip can certainly take the power a lot better. So let's hold it on that same joint. Add a bit of fresh solder. Yeah, now it's drawing 46, 40 watts. Yeah, that's better. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's more the tip than that the iron can't deliver it, right? So the iron has plenty of power, but you need to have a tip that it can also deliver that power. So that other tip might be fine soldering pin headers and things like that, but as you can see now, this is a nice dome. Can I show that better? Yeah, this is now a fairly nice dome where it was like a bulge before, so that's a lot better. So the station can deliver it, you just need a tip that can also. Let's try some easier, like over here. This should be a bit, let's see here. This should be a bit easier to solder because it's a track. Yeah, I generally still use leaded solder. I'm not too worried about that for the amount I use it. So let's give that a try again with this huge tip. Let's see. Yeah, about 50 watts. Yeah, that's a very nice joint. And this is going into the ground plane again. Yeah, that worked well. Okay. Yeah. So with the right tip, you know, if you need the power, the station seems to be delivering the power. So that's good. I mean, when heating up this tip, it goes straight to 190 watts. So, yeah. It's a soldering station. We didn't have to raise the temperature. We can try like at 350. See if it can still solder properly or not. Let's see. Put this in here. There. Yeah, it reaches temperature really quickly. Yeah, that was a ground connection. Yeah. Very, very good. How do you clean the splatters? A huge dig to solder sticker. Yeah. Yeah, I like those joints. Those are good. Those are good. So, I mean, I guess this isn't a really comprehensive review of this station, but this is just some real-world soldering. Let me show you on the big camera. But if we take a look at the board using this camera, did I? Yeah. Those joints all look pretty good. The camera is not liking it. Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on. There. Yeah. Board is nice and warm. Oh, one last thing we can try actually with the microscope is doing some desoldering. So we can try and wick some of this up. Let's see how that goes. So we'll use okay, we have fairly large hole. I have some good wick, and now it doesn't focus over there, of course. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I have some good wick, also from AliExpress. I don't know. Let me focus on the station there. There. I guess we'll use the. It's not solder, it's flux. Yeah. The smooth on the board. Yeah, that's flux. Oh, so we'll cut a bit off. There. I cut off like a little piece like that, and we'll get some tweezers. Because this will get really hot, so you can't really hold it. And we're going to try without additional flux first, but you might need to add some flux. So let's see. And let's just hold it against it. Oh, smoking a lot. It's not really drawing it out of the hole. Yeah, I might need some additional flux for that. Let's try over here for this part. Yeah. This one did okay. Always add more solder. Okay, but we just soldered it, so I'm not sure that's gonna help. I'm no expert in using solder braid. Maybe we go to 380. There. Huge power spike. This might actually be starting to get there. Oh, damaged the board a bit. Oops. Let me add some flux and see if that helps. Maybe a bit of fresh solder wick. We have some Styri V5, which I recently bought, which I also wanted to try out. If I can get the cap removed. Ow! Why is that so hard? Okay. Not sure why this is so hard, but we'll use a tool. There. Okay, let's put some flux on there. Yeah. Let's get some fresh solder wick. I'm not a solder wick guru. I rarely use it, so we'll see how it goes. Let's get it into the flux a little bit. There. Let's get this a bit closer. Okay. No, I can't really reach it. There. Yeah, I can't really seem to get it out of the hole. Somebody said add more solder. Okay, let's try that. Oh, the flux has a really sweet smell. Yeah, I'm not the best at solder wicking, it seems. Although that might actually be free. Let's give this one more try. So we added solder to the last one. Let's try it with this one too. No, you can see some solder left there. No. Nope, need more practice. Okay, the cable is indeed a bit on the short side. So you'll have to keep the soldering station near you on the desk. Okay. That loosened up the pin, but... So this one I think is loose now. Oh, loose-ish. Let's see. Nope. It's still stuck. Okay, well, braiding or solder wicking, not a success. I'm leaking flux on my desk mat here. That's not good. Let me try and scrape this off real quick. Good. Right, so anyway, as far as the soldering iron goes, that seems to have worked pretty good. So let me read back chat a little bit. Yeah, more solder. I tried that. I'm not sure. I'm just, you know, I need more practice with that. I think you need a pump. Yeah, sure, but you can try it with wick too. But yeah. Oh, you also soak your solder braid in flux before using it. Yeah. Oh, I had to drag the wick. Yeah, maybe. Deeply hate using wicks. Never works. Yeah. I also have a desolder gun, so. Okay. Cool. Let me. Yeah, we'll keep the flux out, but we'll put it on a towel. Turn this off, because we're moving to the next station, which I'm the most excited about. So let's turn this station off. Let's use the button. Okay, turns off. Amazing. Whoa, the smell of this flux is pretty intense. It's a very sweet, I don't know, sweet smell. No, this goes here. This goes here. This goes all the way over there. Okay, so let's remove this guy right now. We can just unplug the AC cord. Okay. I don't know where to put it. Oh, I can put it over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm never going to be great at wicking. I've used it before, but okay. So the next station is the one I'm most excited about. It's the Aifen. Oh, I need to set the focus. Hold on. There. It's the Aifen A99 HD. So the 99 means it can heat 2 irons at the same time, and in this case it comes with a tweezer, so you can in theory take off small components like 0402, I hope, rather easily, because I often like playing with values of resistors, and well, I sometimes just use 2 irons to do that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to treat myself, and I'm going to buy one of those tweezer stations. And well, this is it. So, this looks very familiar. Although, the handpiece here, that is a tweezer. See? Oh, interesting. Okay, let's get this out. There's a little tin here. Power cord. Well, we have a power cord already. Let's put this here, and then it can go something like that. Yeah, I use the dual wielding sometimes, but I was like, okay, this isn't a hobby anymore. I've become somewhat of a professional, I guess you could say. Huh? So maybe I need some professional tools. Okay. Oh, we've got soldering iron tips here. So these, I believe, are C210. So not C245, but C210 tips. And, yeah, interesting. Okay. This is a little bit bigger than the other one. Slightly different arrangement. Yeah, we've got some... brass wool again. Let's see on the back. Oh, this one does have a fuse. Okay. Do not use single handle with buttons. Those without buttons are available. Otherwise, the buttons may burn out. What? Okay. So in theory, I can use the other handle I have also with this one. But this is... oh! 245, 320 watts. Whoa. Okay. But then again, when soldering, you don't need that much power, right? We just saw that. So, okay. Let's take a look at the handle. This red thingy is for a brass pad. It's like different than the water pad, but yeah. Okay, we can put this on the side again. Only one side. Four. Okay. Okay, well, it's fairly the same in my opinion. Oh wait, I didn't put it. I want to put it on straight. Oh, I did it too tightly. Okay. There. Is that straight? No. Yeah. Yeah, true brass. Yeah, I don't know why, but you know. Oh, we get a Sugon stainless steel tweezers also. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I like the titanium type. Oh, this wire is a lot longer. Okay. Interesting. So let's add that in here. And do this here. Okay. Yeah, I guess we should put the tips. Let's see what kind of tips we have. I think these are the most logical to use. They have like a little, I guess, bevel type, and we have these. Those are more a roundish type. I'm going to use it for 0402 because that's mainly what I need to change. So let's use the small ones. Yeah, this one has a fuse in the socket here. The other one didn't. So, okay, so let's see. We put this in here. Yeah. And I mean, these are just, let's see if it says it on there. Magma. SS210. Okay. In theory, these are just C210. So, okay, yeah, we can almost, yeah, we can make them meet like that. Okay. Yeah, this one's a bit more expensive. And let's see, can we put it? Oh yeah, we can put it in here. Can we? Do we need to? Let me try and figure this out. Okay, so you need to press them together when inserting and extracting them, because if you put them like this, they are kind of locked in place. They can wiggle around, but you can't pull them out. And then you press them together and you can pull them out. And cleaning, yeah, I guess you can clean it like that. Or over here. So we're going to do that. We're going to try and remove some resistors from this board. Maybe from this board. Yeah. Okay, so we have a board here. This is a diff power prototype, but I have a new one on the way, so I don't mind messing this one up. So we're going to try and remove some resistors from that and potentially replace them. So this cord is much longer. The other one had a really short cord. This one, I mean, I can solder over here. So that's interesting. Okay, let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. Version 10.2. Oh, it found the tip. So it's sleeping. Okay. Yeah. I can already see that getting it aligned is going to be interesting. Okay, it does the normal sleep thing. This looks pretty similar. Let's see, display mode. Heating channel. Tweezers, single. Okay. Temperature, sleep temperature set to 0. Let's leave it on 0 for this one, I don't know. Sound, key lock, key doubling speed. What is a key doubling speed? Oh, I think that might be for upping and going down on the temperature. Restore. No. Yes. No. What? Okay. Well, not much to do there. Let's set it to 380 because we're working with solderless or leadless solder. Okay, let me put this to the side. I'll get the microscope out again. Much more wire, much more wire. Okay, microscope, where are you? There. Yeah, we're just gonna pull off some random resistors. Let me focus that for you. So, I don't know. There, the USB resistors need to go. I need to angle it a little bit for myself. So, yeah, okay. Those, I want those. Oh wow, they're so small in real life. I've already figured out a problem. There's a terminal right there. Yeah, I don't want to melt it. I'm already melting it. Okay, so that's a problem I didn't anticipate. Let's see here. Here's a... here's also some resistor. Hold on. I need to get a better angle and focus. There. I feel like Galactus is trying to like pick up a human. No, it's still stuck. It's melting the solder, I just can't get it off yet. Okay, so let's try adding some flux. I know, we'll just douse this whole area with flux there. Plenty of flux. Okay, let's get the fume extractor now. Yeah, it's up to temperature really quickly. Okay, there. Okay. I need to get it off the iron. There, yeah, got it. Okay, let's try that capacitor too. Okay. Okay, capacitor desoldered. Do we want to try this giant diode? It's only drawing 12 watts. It's not a lot. Okay, that might be too much. Let's try this resistor here. I believe this is an 0603. Yeah, we're at 380. Okay. Got it. Let's set it to 420. Oh, sorry. Let's see how that does. We have another resistor over here. Oh, okay. Let's try that capacitor. Can't quite get it. Why can't I get it? Oh, there. Okay. Maybe I need to come in more from the top. Yeah, that seems to have sped up things a lot. Let's give more. Let's see. I don't know. Let's look here at the top. There is a LED. Where am I? There. So there's no flux here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't need you. It's gonna need some practice, but it's certainly a lot easier than with a single. Needs to be rotated more, huh? Maybe. Let me give this last one a try. It's tough to get it in there. Yeah. Maybe this cap. So this side's, the left side's connected to the ground plane. Let me put some flux on that. It doesn't want to go. Yeah, okay, rip the pad. Yeah, I ripped that pad off. Okay, so if it doesn't want to go, don't force it. Okay, let's try and put some solder on these tips. Let's see if that makes a difference. Where am I? There. Other side. Okay, so now we have some solder blob on there. We could try and get, where are we? Try and get this guy. Okay, that was easy. Now we need to get it off. Okay, let's scrape it off. There. There's still a little bit of solder on there, I think. Yeah. So let's try and get this guy. Yeah, I got flux on my hands. Ew. Where are we? Yeah. Yeah. But the harder to reach things, like, I don't know, this LED. So I need to go in from the top, I think. No, I destroyed that LED. Okay, one of these caps. It's bubbling. It's connected to the ground plane, so that's going to be tough. So I believe these are 1206. I don't think these tips have enough mass for that. And I can't really reach this resistor, for instance. Okay, let's try the other tips. How do I turn the iron off? I can't really turn the heating off, I think. Let's try the other tips. Those are a lot larger. So let's see how those do. Let's turn this off. Now, how do I... Can I remove them like this? Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. I don't know how I need to put these in here. Let's see. Okay, we have new tips. Let's turn flux hands. Turn on the power. Wait for the smoke to clear. Okay, so these are much larger, as you'll see. Whoa. Okay, let me try from the top here like that. So there's no flux or solder. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, problem is I can't get the tip in here. So these tips are a bit too unwieldy to get into the smaller places. Let's try this resistor here. That's also a 1206. Oh yeah, okay. It's already off. Then let's try this capacitor. Okay, yeah, these are way too big for that. Well, you can get it off, but then it's just gone. You need to design your boards with these in mind. Yeah, no. Okay, let's tin them a little bit. Okay. Let's try and get that 1206. Yeah, that works. But then over here, the screw terminal is pretty close. Okay, yeah, okay, I melted the screw terminal. Oh no, there's all kinds of crud on there now. Hold on. Okay, I think I got most of the molten plastic off there. Yeah, interesting, interesting. So, 0402s with these giant tips is kind of like, no, that's not going to work well. Okay, interesting. I need a drink. I had one of my unexpectedly one of my teeth pulled earlier this week, and it's still hurting. So that's not great. Let's get this stupid glasses off. It was one of my jaw molars or kiezen. Not sure how to call that. Well, I don't know. I was most hopeful for this guy, but that's going to be a learning curve to learn how to use these. Molar, yes. Yeah, it wasn't even a wisdom tooth. It was one they had already reconstructed a few times, and we were going to reconstruct it again. And halfway through, they said, "Can't save it, man." And I'm like, "Oh no." And then they spent an hour and 15 minutes to get it out. So there's a giant hole here now. It's not feeling great. Yeah, from now on, all Quinn LED boards will be designed with all components in a line sorted from large to small. Yank it out. No. I'm not even going to tell you what they had to do. So anyway, 3D print a replacement tooth. Yeah, maybe I'll get an implant. I'm not sure yet. Hot plate it out in my face? What do you mean? Now solder them back on. I don't know about that. Your dentist does that? Yeah, I know. The implant cost half as much as a new car? What? Oh my god. Oh no, Philip. Implant of that $2,500 for the motor? I need to send this station back. I can't afford that. What are you talking about? Wow, that flux is really sweet. It's like filling up the whole room. Maybe you can cut a deal to review on stream. Yeah. Affiliate link to an AliExpress implant tooth. Check what it costs. I will at some point. I don't know. They said I can leave it like this, or I can get an implant. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. In theory, when I'm normally talking, you can't really see it, but yeah. Quinnor's high on flux. Yeah, not really, but yeah. I don't know about this dual wielding guy. Let me switch back to the other tips because I want to try it some more. You guys said to angle these smaller ones inwards, so I'll try that. Or downwards, I guess. Okay, you can pull them out. That's pretty nice. Just make sure to get the bone graft away so your teeth don't drift. What? I don't even want to think about all this. You get used to it. Only brushing teeth a little harder. So there's one missing in the middle. Yeah. Is there a less chunky dual wheel? Well, these are already C210s. I believe those are the smallest ones. So like the first station we looked at has a C245. So I don't know. Okay, I put the other tips on there again. Get used to it. Yeah, we'll see. I guess I can get the implant at any point. It doesn't have to be now. Resistance welding. I don't know what that is. Getting advice from over 200 YouTube dentists. Oh no. Only 800 Canadian. Oh. No dental plan. Nope. Nope. No dental plan. Not with those kind of numbers. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna try some more resistors with the smaller one, and then we'll switch to the last item of the day. So let's go back to the microscope. Let's turn this guy back on with the other tips on there now. A live stream using the Starlink. Sure, we can try that. But we already tried it pretty well during the live stream, but you know. So let's say I want where am I? I want that that capacitor over there. It needs to come off. It's the wrong value. I was stupid. Okay, how do I do this? Yeah. There's no... Is there solder on there, I guess? No flux, though. Let's see if I can do it without flux. It's still pretty stuck. Oh, this is an 0603, I think. Yeah, still stuck. Okay, let's try and add a bit of solder. Where is my tip? There. Yeah, okay, you can see. Oh no, I forgot the extraction. So let's try that again. Turn 180 degrees, how do you mean? Oh, there he goes. Okay. But I did manage to melt a bit of this yellow capacitor there. Oh, it's still on there. I'm cooking it. There. Okay, so adding a bit of solder to the tip does help. But now there is a... where are we? A capacitor right there. That's going to be impossible, I think. Wait, can't see. Yeah. Yeah. That's a tough time. Oh, no, no wiggling, because then I break it off. Yeah, no, that's in too tight. Let's see if these resistors here. Yeah, okay. So, it seems these tips are too small for 1206. But maybe too big for 0402 still. Yeah, okay. That was pretty easy. Because I mean, my tweezers are this big, and these tips are this big. But then, of course, they need to transfer heat, and my tweezers don't. So, and things like this. That's far away enough, I think. So maybe I then need to add some solder to the tip. It's getting really warm in my fingers. Okay, now it's hurting on my fingers. It's hurting over here. Let's give it one more try. I'll try and hold it more up. Yeah, the solder isn't in the right spot on the tip. Well, yeah, I know you can preheat the board, but that's not the point here. Okay, let's give it another try. Oh no. I mean, I can also desolder like this. That's how I've always done it. There. That's how I've always desoldered, but then I can do that with a single iron. I don't need a double one for that. So let's steal some solder from here. Yeah, with no solder and no flux, it's very hard when it's connected to a ground plane. So adding some flux. Ow, it's again hot on my finger. Ow. Okay, so the handle over here is hot on my finger. It's set to 480. Let's go to 400. Okay. And let's add some solder. Oh, it doesn't want to take solder on one of the tips. Okay, let's clean it. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, now it does. Okay, fresh solder on the tip. Let's try and remove that pesky . There, okay. I got it, and I think the pads are still intact, so that's good. Turn the iron angle upside down? I don't know what that means. You mean hold it? Oh, maybe I should hold it the other way. No, but that doesn't change anything. Do we have some components left? Here's one. I just cleaned the tips though. Okay, so this is a bit hard because now I don't know how to change the angle because they're hot. And they're basically not aligned anymore. Okay, let me get a tool and gently try and rotate it. There. Okay, that should be better. Let's try this again. Why am I having to angle it? Oh, the board's moving, okay. Yeah, okay, so dry tips doesn't work. I don't know about this. Maybe using a single iron and a blob of solder is actually easier. Because now for some reason I can't... Yeah, I mean, I just removed it with a single one. So... No, they aren't taking the solder well, and it's very hard to make it align so they're both touching. So I need to twist this one inward slightly. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, so now I can get them both on the board, but it's they're not perfectly aligned. See that? I need to see if I can maybe find some better tips for this. Although these are the ones that are included, so you'd think they are suited for the task, right? So let's try it again. Pre-tin tips. And well, I can blob the solder over here and then just move it. That's not why I bought these. More flux on the tips, okay. Well, I can rub them through some flux over here. Okay, where are we? There. Let's get that LED. It's the wrong color. Nope, now my tip doesn't align again. No, no, that doesn't work great. Use onboard plus fresh solder. Yeah, but I mean, then it kind of defeats the point, right? Then I can just use a normal soldering iron. I mean, I can feed it solder. We can be the giant blob of doom. There, we can remove everything. That LED is destroyed. Desoldering blob of doom. And now we can desolder this resistor like it's nothing. But I mean, I can already do that with a soldering iron. I don't need the dual tips for that. I think for 0402 these are too big. But then for like something like the other one, let me borrow some solder here. But like this, we're never gonna get. Okay, let me borrow some solder. Yeah, these tips don't like taking solder. So let me add some over here. Okay, that worked. Oh, let me get this resistor off. Okay. That was also an 0603, I think. Yeah. So 0603 goes pretty well. Let's try this diode. No clue where I am. Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. Come on. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can try some solar tip rejuvenator. Okay, yeah. So if there's solder on there, we can get it. Do we want to try some rejuvenator? I have some over here. Hold on. I don't want to really breathe this, so I'm going to move this around. So this is supposedly to rejuvenate your tips, and from what I understand, you just put it in there. Okay, I dipped the right one a bit too much. Okay. Now let me wipe this off a little bit, I guess. Are they better? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let me... Yeah, it's hard to keep things on screen, but I'm trying. The microscope is nice though, I like it. This board has been pretty desoldered. Let's try, I don't know. These, no, let's try it the other way around. Those PTCs. Okay, that's one. Yeah, you just might need to add a little bit of solder, especially if they're bigger components. Okay, that's two. Interesting. Well, we have another one over here. It's a bit more challenging spot though. Yeah, I can't really reach that without melting the plastic on my iron again. So let's not. Is there still a capacitor here? Yeah. Maybe, Philip. Could be that they're too warm. They're on 400 now, but yeah. I think I ripped off most of the smaller components here. Let's try this big resistor. So, we do need to add a bit of solder, I think. Yeah, and then it comes off clean. Okay. So it does for sure work. It's gonna take some getting used to though. Let's try one of these. Because this I can't really reach. I can reach this one. Oh, okay. It's already desoldered. Now these aren't... Oh wait, no, these are connected to a ground plane actually. Okay. Yeah. Well, rejuvenating those tips certainly helped. I don't know. That's gonna take some practice to get done right. You guys were saying put a component back. Yeah, that is interesting. We have a I believe we can put one back over here, for instance. There's plenty of flux there. Not a lot of solder though. Well, this one's bathed in flux now. Why do you want to go there? Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's go to 350, because we don't need that much with leaded solder. I don't know. Yeah, there's no solder there, so let me get some solder. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Just like the song said. I think that's easier with a single iron than with a double. No, I don't mind that. This is I mostly got it to remove components, because that's a problem with a single iron sometimes. Yeah, this isn't... Yeah, and also now they do this. So they're not aligned anymore. Let's see, is that better? Yes. I am going to get this damn capacitor on there. Nope. Okay, let's get it like that. Let's put it somewhere. Okay. Now let's pick it up. No, no. There. Should have oh, okay. Damn it. Yeah, so that's the problem. With my normal tweezers, I can do all those things pretty easily, right? I can just say like, okay, put it over here, move it. Oh, there's some hairs now. Do stuff like that. But with these are just too big. I can't even fit it here because now I'm burning the chip here. Okay, done with this. It might be that the pad is ripped off, I don't know. But we might be able to fix it with our next device. Yes. Okay, let's turn this one off. I don't know about this one. It's a bit of a mixed bag. It's not as easy as I'd hoped. No, it never is. But not sure this will improve my workflow. It will help me get them off I don't think it'll help me get them on. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll have to experiment with it. Okay, let's remove this. I think I can just pull the plug out here. Now I need a place to put this one. I'm quickly running out of room here. I will put it on the ground for now. Okay. There. Because we need to make room for the big box. Okay. Let's remove this. Okay, I don't know if it'll fit. We'll see. We'll see. Whoa. Okay. Because the last item of today, and I bought it because it's much smaller, or it's supposed to be much smaller than my current hot air station. I currently have a 860-20DX, which I believe is a 1300 watt. This is a 1000 watt, I believe. Let's see here. It passed the drop. No, it already passed. It already passed. Okay, we got more booklets. Oh, with this one, it's a resoldering booklet. Okay. So much bigger. Right. Let's see. We got another cord. I like that it's detachable. That's good. What's this? Oh, okay. This is the hose. Interesting. Nozzle for SMD rework station. Okay. And then we have a separate stand. Nice. So I can keep this unit away and have the stand on my desk. Interesting. Okay. Let's get rid of the plastic immediately. Yeah, okay. So let's try and get this out of the box and then remove the box. Yes, okay. Okay. Why is there a yellow card here? Eliminate odor. Oh. When the new machine starts to use, there will be different degrees of smell and smoke in the metal tube. Okay. You need to turn the temperature to 450 and grease. Oh. Okay. When using, tear off the label. Okay. Well, I'm not sure we're going to do that now. Oh, right, yeah, it has little feet. Maybe... Well, I guess it could be the same pattern. I don't know. Wow. Lots of stuff going on in the bottom. Okay. Yep. Well, the hose is definitely rubber. Or something like that. Okay. So it has a handle on... This is pretty flexible. Oh, but it can also kink. Oh no, there's a tube inside of there. Okay. Okay. Oh, it has buttons on the handle. Okay. And there's a giant stand here, which I think you can then put it in like that. And you can angle it. Oh, okay. Interesting. What's the front? Is this the front? Or is this the front? Why is it crooked? Yeah, this isn't aligned. Ooh. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter, but... No graph display on the handle? What? Okay, let's take a look at these nozzles. So we got some normal round nozzles. Some square nozzles. Not sure when you'd use those. And some smaller round nozzles. Those are what I generally use. Okay. So let's use, I don't know, this one? And I still don't know what side of the stand goes where. This is supposed to be able to... But can you see that the stand is it's crooked? Oh, maybe it just wasn't aligned properly. So let's do it like that. Oh, it's still crooked. I don't know how to show you. Hold on. If you look at it like that, this side is higher than this side. It's like see that? Is that intentional? I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay. So let's... It has some rubber here, that's nice. So it doesn't metal like really hard. And how do these tips work? So we can put a tip on here. Okay. But can we then... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then if we want the smaller one over here, we can just put it here-ish. Okay. So then I can put it in here, pull it out. Oh, okay, sure. That works. Okay, that works. Okay, let's hook it up. If only it came with instructions, right? Why does nothing ever come with instructions? Or is it that we just don't read them? There is a fuse socket on this one also. Oh, I guess we should do a continuity test. How do I test that, though? Oh, okay. I can test it without the AC in there. This should be earth. Yeah, I'm getting 0.6 ohms to earth on the tip. Okay, so the tip is earthed. That's good. Right. Oh, let me remove the sticker. Whoa. And let me angle it up for you so you can actually see. Nice buttons. Okay. Simple, smart. Okay. Sure. Power. Oh. This one has a bluish background for some reason. I don't know. Okay, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. Let's put it to 370. And then we have airspeed. Okay. 160. Okay, but if we press here, okay. So let's go to the menu. Yeah, it looks like the same menu. Heating mode standard, curve, standard. Okay. Oh, sleep air is 100. Oh, the background, I can adjust the background color. Oh, now it's black. Now it's black like the others. Good. Why? Handle function, temp air. Memory, temp air. Okay, so that's for the buttons, of course. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 450 was advised for first use. Yeah, I'm going to do that off camera. I don't know. I don't want to do that right now. So, let's see. I don't need the solder wire for this in theory. Let's go to the microscope. There. Well, there's lots of flux over here. So let's try and take that chip off, this guy. So let's get it out of the handle. It doesn't seem to be pulling any power. Yeah, it's blowing hot air though. Oh, now it is. Okay, now it's pulling 300, 400 watt. Okay. Well, this airspeed is pretty low. That's nice. Yeah, we're still pulling 339. We're at 370 with 35 airspeed. Still adhered. Now this is unleaded solder, so... Okay, let's up the airspeed. Oh, I missed. Okay, 50. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's try this, yeah, okay. And this big guy here. Yeah, easy. Oh, okay. Power up the board. You fixed all the issues. Yes. Yeah, this feels a bit more effective. Okay, so it's cooling down now. I put it in the stand. It's cooling down with airspeed 100, although it can go 160 to 100 degrees, I think. It's only using 7 watts of power. That's not a lot. It's taking a while to cool down though. We're at 146 now. Let's see how much power it draws once it... Ow, ow, okay, that's hot. We can maybe take off this MOSFET here. That is pretty adhered. Let's wait for it to go to 100. Okay, now it's sleeping. And sleeping current is 3 watts. 3.50. That's not bad. Okay, let's get it out. Let's see what it draws. 900. And the meter is broken. My meter is like, what the hell's going on? It's stuck at 900 watts. Okay, now it's 400, 300. So it probably went over 900. But the meter didn't register it. Yeah, this MOSFET is really stuck on there, so... Oh wow, it really wants to go back in place. Okay, that's not bad. Let's try and get this this chip off. So we're still at 370 with an airspeed of 50. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is more effective than the tweezers also. I've always looked at those tweezers and it's like, oh, when I've made it, I'm gonna get some of those tweezers, because, you know, like the professional bros have like those tweezers. But maybe that wasn't such a good investment. So you didn't make it yet. Thanks, Philip. Thanks. So let's change it for the bigger nozzle and get the giant. Ow, okay, stupid, it's hot. Let's see. I want to change this nozzle. Let's get this one out. Let's put this one in here. There. Okay. I wish there was a button that I could pause the heating. Like say don't heat right now. I don't know if that's possible. I'm just pushing some buttons. I don't know. Okay, because I now want to remove... Oh, I can switch between temperature and speed, and then I can use the buttons here to decrease and increase the temperature and increase and decrease the speed. I don't know why I want that. Okay, I'm gonna try and hold on. There, I'm gonna try and switch the nozzle while it's running, because I can't really turn it off. I can't get the nozzle off. Yeah, okay. It's not on there perfectly, so let me push it on there. I don't know about that. I guess it's possible, but yeah. Now I don't have to do that very often, I think. So let me try and get this little thing off. with my giant nozzle. My meter is stuck at 1400 watt. Oh, it's saying auto ranging. Okay. 1100 watt. Auto range. Auto range. 400 watt. Oh, okay. That's off. Now let's try and get this giant guy here. We're probably gonna melt the terminal though. We're at 370 with 50% airspeed. Oh, it's drawing 1100 watts again. Maybe because we have the bigger nozzle, it's drawing a lot more power. My power meter is thoroughly confused. Oh, there. Wow. Okay. Impressive. Oh, later, Umakavala. Melty terminals. Actually, I think that went pretty well. For having the terminal right there. And trying to get this giant thing off of there. Yeah. It's not too bad. Let's try and get the RS485 chip. There we go. I'm impressed. This is working quite well. Days since plastic melted. 0. Yes. Days without toxic fumes. Also 0. Also yes. Yeah, the electrolytic, yeah. I like this guy. This guy's good. I need to check my own video description for that. Let's see here. This one is currently 217, but you have to pay 48 delivery, so about $250. So like 230 euros or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I like the soldering station. It's fine. I don't know if it's going to work on my desk with having the handle... Oh, where's my mouse? Come on. With the handle right attached to the base station. I currently have a loose thing I put on my desk, which is smaller. And desk space is always limited, so that might be a decision factor going for the Aifen, for instance, or this Aifen. But the soldering station itself performed perfectly fine and well. It did good. The desoldering tweezers. I think the product works okay. I might need some different tips and better tips. Mac Fixers NL. Oh no. You're probably much better at this than I am. Yeah, in the new house, I have a big ass desk with like 10 times the space. Maybe. So then, and maybe if you say solder occasionally, it's fine to have the stand integrated into the soldering station. It's a lot cheaper than the Aifen. So, and this hot air station, impressed with that. That seems to be doing really well. Wasn't it 1,000 watts? I saw like 1600 on my meter. I don't know. You'll have the ultimate desk. Oh no, MadFed. Don't go there. Let's see if there's a rating on here. 1,000 watts, 10 amps. Well, 10 amp fuse with 220 volts is not 1,000 watts, but okay, sure. Max power 1,000. Okay. Well, I saw it draw more. I don't know about that. But yeah, that seems to work really well. Come on. Okay. And from the looks of it, because in my situation, I'd always use the extra handle here. I think. Let me check. Yeah, this is just screwed on, so I can unscrew that and remove it from this side. You can, it seems, put it on the other side on this one. So those are the same screw holes, I think. Yeah. So that's nice. But I just remove it completely because I don't have to have it on there, because I can just use the separate one. And then I can put this on my desk, just like I do with my soldering station. So that might be a deciding factor what kind of soldering station you get. If you only solder occasionally and then just put the whole thing on your desk, that's fine. If you do it more often, having something smaller on your desk is nicer. So maybe then, for instance, the Aifen is a better choice. In regards to performance, I don't think the irons or the stations will matter that much. And as I said, the Aifen is a lot cheaper. So it really depends on how you want to use it. It's kind of dumb they have both stands. Yeah, maybe, but then you get a choice. You can just unscrew it. Matter of fact, let's unscrew it now. There. It's a nice metal construction. I feel a little bit of magnetism going on here. I'm just going to put the screws back just like on the other side. Is there magnetism going on? Yeah, okay. Yes, there is absolutely magnetism going on here. So that's probably how it detects that it's sleeping. This leaning stand, this Tower of Pisa stand, I don't know. I guess it's meant to be like that. I guess there's magnets in here too to allow it to sleep. Oh, power's at the front. Oh, I turned off the socket. Okay. Yeah, this isn't the cheapest hot air station. I'm a sucker for displays like this. I don't know if there's more options. Let's see. I don't know what this does. Actual temp. Temperature, F and S. I don't know. So we have a different menu here. General, ROC. Oh, what does it do when I... Oh, no, it doesn't do anything. Okay, now it's heating. Okay. 1. Okay. have no idea what that does. ROC. And now it's heating. Okay. It reaches temperature really quickly. My power meter is like, I don't know what's going on. What are you doing? Yeah, and it cools down. Okay. Yeah, not much to say about that, I think. You saw it perform really well. I'm actually surprised. I don't know, pleasantly surprised that it worked that well. It's certainly not less than the bigger station I have currently. Yeah, the tube also seems long enough. That I agree with. I think it's longer than the one I have currently. So. Noise-wise, I also think it's fine. It's not quiet, but it's not very noisy either. It's not like there's a typhoon in here. So, yeah. Okay, we got this thing off. Cool, and it's nice and compact. That's basically why I wanted to upgrade. The other one's twice as big because it's like 1.5 times as deep, and then 1.5 to 1¾ times as wide. So it's a lot bigger, and I wanted something smaller. So yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, we're about 2 hours and 40 minutes in, and we've gone through 3 devices. 3 devices. Yes. Maybe I should put like some of the tips I used in the video description. I'll do that after the stream, I guess. Maybe I'll make some videos from this stream. I'm not sure yet. So what I'm used to doing, and I really just no, I'm not going to reball a BGA chip. Oh my god. What I'm used to doing is either dragging a blob of solder to desolder, because you need to hit both points at the same time, or using hot air. Hot air can indeed be prohibitive, but then you can use some, I don't have the orange stuff here, but some Kapton tape, for instance. This is a bit lower temperature, but I also have a high temperature Kapton tape. And put it in front of the terminals, basically, to shield it from the heat. And that generally works okay. But I really wanted an easier way to get some resistors off without having to use hot air. I'm just not sure those tweezers are it. It seems more trouble than they're worth. But I'll practice with it and see if it gets better. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm used to using hot air or sometimes 2 soldering irons. And that's worked well for me. So that's why I thought the tweezers would work well, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. So, yeah. Yeah, get yourself some high temperature. This is a bit lower temperature. I'm not sure where I have the other stuff. Some Kapton tape, and that can resist the heat and deflect it away, and then you can easily desolder stuff even close to terminals and things like that. Yeah, I like this little guy. It still has the power that the other one had. Exactly, Philip. There's a lot that needs to go right, and maybe if you work with it a long time and practice a lot, but I don't know. Maybe it's something that goes in the closet and doesn't get used a lot. And then, you know, as I said, I wanted to treat myself, and it's something I've always wanted to try. Yeah. Hey there, Apollo. So if you want recommendations, that soldering station, absolutely great for the money, works quite well. This hot air station, very nice for the money, works really well. The tweezers, bit of a specialty item, and you kind of specifically have to need it, I think. The Bat Destroyer stuff? What? What are the cool kids using now? You need to use a soldering station with a T245 tip. Time for secrets. I don't know. I don't have any secrets I want to share yet. Maybe. Okay. I'll put something on screen real quick, and then remove it again. And then we're not going to talk about it. Okay. This isn't ready to be shared yet. So we're not going to talk about it. No. Okay. So there's this guy. And then there's this guy. Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah, okay. And now they're gone. Aww. Print screen. You can just scroll back on the video. Okay, so that's the secret for today. It's not ready to be talked about yet. Hey there, Huggy. That was 4K? Yeah, well, no, the stream is in 1440p. Maybe, if it was focused. I don't know if it was focused. We'll see. A Dig2Go V2. What would you like in a Dig2Go V2 there, Jammin? Jammin DJ. That's a nice nickname. $12 Okay, so USB PD. That's only going to be useful in very, very few occasions, but okay. Am I satisfied with my secret lamp? That's a good question. I wasn't so much at first, but then I bought another chair, which was absolutely worse. So, if you want a sturdy, beefy chair, this secret lamp is built like a tank. Yeah, no doubts about quality there. But it's also a bit lump, bit hard to turn, and I don't know. I bought a Libro Novo, which is still in the box, which I need to unpack sometime. But yeah, in general, it's not a bad chair. I just don't think it's my chair. So I have it here in the garage studio because I like it for there. It took a little bit to get used to, but I don't like it in my office, for instance. So yeah, it's not a bad chair. It's just not the chair for me. Okay, so USB PD, huh? Okay, for that few occasions where it can help. Because most people then say, oh, I want to run WS2815 for single addressable 12 but then you can just run 5 addressable because you're going to get the same amount of power basically. So yeah. Libra Novo, that's the chair for when you've made it. For sure. Yeah, I backed the Kickstarter, and I got it a few weeks back when I was sick, so I haven't been able to get it out of the box yet. A Downix gaming chair. Oh. Later there, Mac Fixers, I know. Yeah, if you need to sit on it 16 hours a day, it's probably not IKEA. That I agree on. Yeah, you love the USB-C and the Dig2Go. Yeah, so 12 volt is only limited usability because you still get 3 amps. You don't get 5 amps because officially chargers don't support that. You need to buy an expensive PD charger. You know, the realistic use. I know people want it, but the realistic use case is you're paying more for getting less. So that's why I'm hesitant to release that. But I'll consider it at some point. You have the chargers, yeah, but do you have a charger that will do 12 volt 3 amp for hours on end? Because most chargers won't. Even like these are nice chargers, right? And they're 67 watts and do USB PD, blah blah blah. They only do that for a little while, and then they heat up too much, and then they throttle, right? These are a little better. They can sustain it longer, but in the end will also throttle. So even though you can officially get 36 watts, you need a big charger to be able to sustain that, because the phone chargers aren't meant to do that, right? So yeah. Well, it would have to have a switch, Philip, to PD either 5 volt or 12 volt. Yeah, but the problem is, Draadstaal, you're gonna pay like 20 to 30 bucks for a charger like that, and at that point you can just get a I don't know, a Dignex 2 with a decent power supply, and you'll be cheaper than wanting USB-C and paying more for it. A specific charger PSU, but the problem is the charger or the PSU you need is much more expensive than just a 12 volt power supply. So then why not just use a 12 volt power supply? Why want to have USB-C and pay twice as much for it? Sure, it's small, yeah, okay, that I get, but yeah. It doesn't make sense economically. But that said, I'm not saying I won't ever release something like that. I have been looking into it, and it's interesting, but not sure when, because I can only work on so much. So it's currently not in the pipeline. I've looked at it a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, it's a fun idea. And I'm not saying I'll never release that, but the functionality is much less than people expect it to be. And that's kind of the problem. I really wish they made PD 24 volt instead of 20 volt, because those 4 volts they really have a big impact. So it doesn't really work with 24 volt strip. And if it would have been 24 volt, that would have been really nice. So then you can select 5, 12, or 24 volt. That would have been awesome and made it very versatile, etc. But that's off the table, and upconverting it and stuff like that, it's really inefficient, so that's not really a thing either. And then you're left with 5 and 12 volt, of which 12 volt, a lot of LEDs are less efficient, so you basically get the same amount of power, just 12 volt burns off more. Yeah. Well, it's not really about the sales, Philip. If I can get it into the same case somehow, that wouldn't be a problem, but yeah. I don't know, maybe sometime later this year. Maybe sometime next year. I don't know. This year is kind of full with what I want to do. So, yeah. We've thought about it, Greg. We've thought about it. Diff power first. Exactly, Philip. Let's get some diff power released and then build on that. And then maybe do other projects. But, yeah. So, a meetup. Yeah, we've thought about it, but we wanted to do one on one of the LAN parties I used to do. But then those got cancelled and don't exist anymore. And maybe in the future sometime, I don't know. But then where? In the Netherlands? In the US? I don't know. Where would this be? The shipping from the China was cheaper than the Netherlands. Okay, nice. Housewarming party. Yeah, I don't know about that. This is the meetup. Exactly, Jade. Yeah, but I'm not against the meetups at some point. I know Philip pushed me for it in the past. A dig con. A Quinn LED con. I don't know if we have enough people for that. Maybe we'll add it to the 100k subscriber list. So when we have 100,000 subscribers, we'll get merch. I promise that. So and 100,000 subscribers will get merch, and maybe we'll do a meetup. You'll be in Amsterdam next week. Okay. Well, I'm not, so can hold it in New Zealand. Oh, I don't know about that, Pepsi. Let me clean up this flux here. It's so sweet. It smells so sweet. It's really interesting. But I think it bothers my eyes less. Flights are cheap. Yeah, maybe. I think it bothers my eyes less than the flux I had before. So that's a win. Bedtime for Philip. Set up 99 accounts and subscribe. No, don't do that. I'll get banned and all kinds of crap. Maybe. For now, I'd rather release controllers than merch. And there's only so much I can work on. So, yeah. The Las Vegas sphere. Well, Las Vegas is like deserted right now, so that's good. Later, Philip. Okay, well, I think we're going to round off the stream, and I thank you all very much for being here unpacking my new equipment. You'll probably see it again during some other live streams or videos or whatever. And, well, I hope to see you there, or in the comments, or on the Discord. Thanks for watching, guys, and hanging out with me. Bye-bye.